Hello everybody and welcome back to my little tiny factory town, where I've had a couple of little suggestions from people on things that I can do to possibly make things a bit easier. One was to stop having someone going back and forward from the base to from the base to the lumber mill, but rather have someone directly cutting trees and taking them to the lumber mill. I think that might be actually a really good thing to do. So I need to try and pinpoint which worker is going back and forward with wood. I think it's this one. And what I would rather have them do, rather than go back and forward like that, I would rather just have them going from the tree to the lumber mill. Let's see if that works now. So from the tree to the lumber mill. Yes, that's working perfectly. Great. So I am going to need to build a chute very soon. I think I had already tried to work out a way to make a chute down here or something. No, that was just a path I was building, I think. And I ran out of wood and things to build the path and ran out of money to level the terrain. But if I want any expansion at all, I'm going to have to try and expand into this territory. Or get rid of some of the trees or something like that. But that won't last me very long, to be fair. I've got a little bit of space up here, but again, this isn't very flat terrain, so it's going to be difficult to build too much up there without spending a bit of money flattening at least the top of it. Okay, so chutes. Where are we going to want chutes? Where would be a really good place to have a chute? I mean, I'm kind of thinking... I'm actually kind of thinking as well, like, why don't I just have all the people that are working on wood... like the majority of them just doing this instead. It's going to be so much better, isn't it? Straight. Oh, what are you doing now? From there into there. You. From there into there. Okay, so hopefully that means they're doing what they are supposed to be doing now. And I do want some wood going into the base, just in case I need it for something, you know? Okay, so the workshop at the moment is working on making kind of carts and things like that. I don't know if anybody's going to there. The buildings are, yeah, when you hover over the buildings, it does show you who's going to that building. And when you hover over the people, it shows you where they're going. So that really does help keep everything in order. You know where people are going. You know, I know that the cart is bringing grain. I know that there's someone bringing logs, planks. So it's making everyone very happy. 5 out of 5 happiness. Great happiness. Production plus 125%. Perfect. Okay, chutes. I can build them here. They are chutes. And I can basically say, I mean, at the moment, everything's really, really close to where it needs to be. Except for that person that is taking grain to the granary there. So I could try and do something with that, possibly. It would have to cross a path. We could try. So say here, I've got my... Okay. I've got my grain here, right? So I could start a chute there. And I can get the person doing grain to use that chute. Possibly a slightly bad place to do that. Because it's not very... Yeah, I need to slightly change the terrain. So let's have a quick look on the terrain editor. So I want to flatten that down a little bit. Oh, come on. Out my way. Let me flatten it. I'm trying to, but things keep getting in my way. That's better. Right, so now we should be able to actually properly build a chute down there. And what I kind of want to happen is for the chute to continue on a scaffold. Go around a little corner there, around a little corner there, then go across the road and behind that grain mill. So I'm going to need to get some scaffolds to do that. Which I can do with block, scaffold, ramp, or scaffold block. So I won't say a scaffold block there. Scaffold block there. So we're just making everything even. Have I run out of... Gee, I've already run out of resources to make this scaffold. I need... Oh, it's because I need those. Right, so I kind of almost need someone... I need them not to be being taken to market, really. But we don't have that many. I may need another lumber mill at this point. So it might actually behoove me to have a lumber mill by the market, which is dedicated to making the lumber for the housing market over here. So I'll put it like right next to there, and someone just goes doop, 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 doop to the market. And maybe they could all just be taking the trees from behind there. And then this lumber mill here could be more for like taking planks straight back to the base or to the workshop. Oh, we do already have 2 lumber mills. Hang on. Possibly not the best placement in the world, but I could still do that plan. To have this one for the housing and this one for everything else. But I do need some people taking wood to that particular... Okay, let's pause it and let's find some people who are already taking wood to there and tell them to take some wood over here instead. So they go... Oh. Why doesn't that work? Let's try this worker. What do you do at the moment? You take wood straight back to there. Okay, so how about you take wood from here over to that lumber mill? Let's see if that actually worked. No, it didn't. Why is this not working very well? Oh, dearie me. Okay, you. Oh, we've got to let them do their last little bit of work though, haven't I? So I can't... Oh, I'm messing around with you now. Okay, you go from there. And there, over to there, please. Can't navigate. Why can't you navigate? It's not that hard. Oh, right. Okay. The lumber mill has been put in such a place that I can't actually access the back of it. Apparently that is a problem. So how about we try and rotate it? Oh, no. I want rotation. We'll rotate it. That's a terrible, terrible way to rotate it. But that's the best I can do, apparently. Oh dear. Didn't realise I couldn't... I needed this area clear. That was terrible of me, but at least I worked it out. So I'm going to put a footpath just in here quickly so you can reach the front at least. And then let's see if this works a bit better. It's one of those things that when you first play a game, you don't kind of... You can't always work out where things... What needs to happen. Oh, come on. Come on. You can get up that tiny little slope. What's wrong? You can do it. No, you can. Let's maybe unpause it. It's not unpausing. Why is that not happening? I've broken it, guys. Still can't navigate. That's not great, is it? Also, the game seems... My controls have frozen. What's going on with that? Okay, they're back again. I think it was because I had them selected. So, how about you take those trees over to that lumber mill? Wouldn't that be so much easier? That would be so much easier. You do the same. Alright, so I've got a couple of people taking wood to that one. A couple of people. Right, that's better. I don't know what the issue was. I don't know if that slope there is causing a bit of an issue with those trees. Maybe. But I'm happy now. I'm happy. Okay, it's all working. It's getting a little bit like I couldn't get things to work and I couldn't get things to move around, but it's fine. We got there in the end. So, so market. I'm going to market, and I've got this one just slowly making logs. So I need somebody. I might need a new worker even, or a cart or something, just to take those logs back to the base. I'll get a worker to do it for now, and I'll replace him with a cart later if need be. So let's go for a worker. New worker. There is space for this new worker. You pop down there, and your little job is to take... stuff from the lumber mill. Can't afford. Oh, I still got the worker thing on my cursor. Get off my cursor, please. Escape is very useful for things like that. So what I want to do is I want to click on the taking of these. Oops, sorry, no, that. Click on the taking of those. I'm so sorry. I have to right click on that. I have to remember that. And you take those, drop into a lumber mill, deliver all from lumber mill to nearest. Just over here in the base. That you? Yeah. Okay. The base is being sorted now. Cool. Sometimes it just is a bit fiddly with the controls, but I'll get more used to it. So hopefully now, because this all started with me trying to make a little scaffold to go over the road, I'm going to have to make sort of a little bridge to go over here. Now, the issue with that, unfortunately, I just realised it would be so totally way easier to just build a chute from there to there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna not worry about that chute. I may even, I'll see if I can get any kind of, I don't think I will, if I get a refund on this, if I destroy it. No refund? Can we? Okay, let me try. You know what? I'm not going to even worry about it. Let me just go and build myself a chute. From here. All the way into that building. And then I'm going to get this little dude who is dutifully carrying around all the grain. Make sure my cursor's empty. Sometimes having my cursor full can be a problem. Grab this grain and put it onto that chute, and we'll see how that works. It should go into the building. I don't know whether I need to go into the building or into the doorway though, so we'll test it out. We'll have a look at how that goes. Of course it gets stuck on the chute because I have done it wrong. Woohoo! Okay, so I think it needs to go into the actual building itself rather than into any of the entryways, but I've tested that so you don't have to. So path, chute. I'm going to just make a little chute there. Oh, I can't do that either. Let's remove. And try and make it go into there. So I need another chute. Go there, and want to go there, and oh, I need to rotate it. Red, no, rotate, like that. No. Ah, there's one. Okay. Let's get rid of. Ah. How can there be two on one thing? Oh, I suppose that's to make a junction, isn't it? So let's just get rid of some of this. So what I need now is a chute that goes to the right and then to the left. So let's try and make that. Why is there no chute on my cursor? Let's get rid of that one then. Tab to be precise. Rotate. Oh, okay. So if you press tab, it gives you like a more precise way to build your chutes. Otherwise, it just tries to do it itself. Okay, I prefer the precise way, I think. It gives me more control. But I'm a control freak. I like control. Let's see if that goes into the building now. Yes. So they disappear into the building. From there. So the little guy doesn't have to do half so much walking around. Okay, so I would like to go to chutes and remove all of these chutes I put down here. And I would also like to go to scaffolds and see if the same will work there with removing these scaffold blocks. Yeah. I don't know if I get refunds on it at all. I couldn't even really work that out, but I've got a nice little chute going. So now I need to apparently build a school. A school will help you research many new buildings and technologies, gather the necessary resources, and find an empty 3x3 and build. Okay. Build more houses, mills, and workers if you want to get resources faster. Well, I did already build a couple more lumber mills. Maybe another grain mill like over here would be good. Get a little chute going down this like hill here. Down this hill and into a little grain mill or something. Okay, so actually I'm kind of thinking, I think the school might need water. And I think we also need a paper mill for it. So I'm kind of thinking along here could actually be a really nice place for that, and I could put some more houses along here. So, build me a school. Have enough stuff for the school. I can't remember whether I need it backing onto the water. See, that shows that it has a water supply if it's blue. I'm thinking that's what I want. I want it just like that. There's my school, and then next to it I'm going to have a little paper mill. So let's put a little pathway down there so the students can all get to school. Wonderful. This house has a bigger garden. They all squabble over that house. They want that house. Add craft paper. A lumber mill recipe has now unlocked for paper. It's used at the school and requires wood and water. You can tell the worker to bring water to the mill, or you can build a new lumber mill next to water and water will automatically be supplied. So I want to build a new lumber mill that will specifically be to supply the school with paper. I feel that's the best way to do it. So to build, I go to building, I go to lumber mill. I need another house first. So we'll start putting houses on this side. Yeah, they would be about opposite each other as well. That, that, and that. And put another one in here. Could fit quite a few houses in this area. Doesn't look the prettiest, but I like them to be opposite each other and I can't move them now, so that's just tough. The market will have to look a little bit cramped for now. I might make it prettier later. There we are. That house is the best house. Right, so now I have my lumber mill. And this one, as you see, is blue. So it has water being supplied to it. And I would also like to hire one more worker that just supplies wood. Oh, I can have another wagon as well. Good to know. But I just want a worker right now. And this worker will just take the trees from here and supply. Take the trees from here and supply them to the lumber mill. There we are. Now the lumber mill needs to be set to make paper rather than planks. So we have water, we don't have wood. We're just working on getting wood there. Now start making paper. Then I'm gonna need another dude or a little wagon or something. Maybe we'll make a wagon for it. It just takes paper to the school. I don't know if it's really worth a wagon. I need another house. Oh my goodness me. Can I upgrade any of these houses? Not until I have cloth, which will be later on. Oh, that one can be. And that one can be. Get these upgraded. Okay, so now I can have way more people. So I want one more little worker or a little wagon to take paper from the there to there. I'm just gonna get a worker to do it. Wagons are costly. So, you take paper to the school once it has been made. Now there is paper there, right? So can you take paper to that school? There you go. So now we can have a look at the actual school and have a look at research. It says bring the paper to the school, which we're doing, to start performing research. Check the research recipe to find out which other items you need to supply. Select the school and choose a research option. Bring paper and other necessary ingredients. Craft the recipe enough times to complete the research. So what I can do is tell this worker to bring anything to the school that is needed. So for example, for farming, you need grain. So they'd go and find some grain. There is an option on the school for that. So let me just pause it. So this worker, I can say, just go and get anything that is needed. I'll get paper. And they're still just getting paper. Hang on, let me check. Supply school with all. So they're going to get paper. I imagine once the paper is full, they'll go finding grain. They'll go and find the nearest grain. Well, they should do anyway. No, apparently not. Oh well. Let's just go supply school with grain. Will you go and do that? No? You're not clever enough to do that? Okay, so I want you to go over there and take that grain back to the school. I thought you'd be clever enough to be doing that, but never mind. And grain is only going to be needed while the school is researching farming, which is the first thing to research. And we may do some forestry, which is just purely, it seems to be just purely done from wood and writing supplies. Then metallurgy, which will be iron ore and writing supplies. And then we can expand everything out like tons. It's going to be really good. So we have a school now, which is really nice. Look. That is lovely. I think that's been built in such a nicer way than I did it last time. Not that you guys saw last time, because last time was a practice. So I can see my research progress by hitting R apparently. So we'll just hit escape to get rid of everything else. I've got 3 out of 25 at the moment. So I could get another worker just to be like hauling paper and one worker there to be hauling grain. Not really sure. I don't mind them having to go a little further for the grain because they only need it for that one particular research. There's going to be all sorts of different things needed. I'm happy with this one just doing flour. We're going to run out of grain there though with the chute and everything. That's a bit of a shame. It's a bit annoying. But hopefully we'll have farms soon, so I might be able to rejig that whole system. I like this little place. It's looking quite cool, isn't it? Not too bad. How are we doing with the research? Oh, I'm rotating the school instead. Escape is my friend. Right, so farming 6 out of 25. Oh, it's taking a little while. In the meantime, though, everyone is happy, which is great. Yes, I'm just waiting for the research at the moment. And then I'll have to build some kind of farm, no doubt. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is work on getting all of this sorted. Now this is a little area that I was working on earlier. I was trying to flatten it all out and I kind of ran out of money a bit. So get that flattened. And then we'll get another little bit of road built down here just to expand out. Also a path there. A little bit of a squiggle around here that I don't like. I'll try and flatten that a little bit just so it's going down a proper slope. But I don't want to overdo it with the terrain flattening. Just like that or something. Because it's costly. You want to try and sort of balance it out. So there's iron ore over here, which is going to be great. This will be a good metalworking camp. Got earthstone there. Can't wait to start using mana and things. That's going to be really interesting. Herbs. Apparently you get to do some medicine later on with herbs. But eventually you get things where you don't have to use the natural resources as much anymore, and then you can chop them all down. Yay. Okay, so how are we doing for this research now? 11 out of 25. So I'm going to carry on with my little path over here. I'm hoping that I'm not kind of pathing myself. Do you know what? I think I might be. I think I might actually prefer to have the path going like this way and not have the path going that way, because then I can put ironworks and things along here. I'll leave it there for now. I'll see what I want to do because it's going to be a little while before I can get metallurgy. But I want another worker to actually go and collect some of that iron ore as well, because I am going to need it eventually. So I'll just get them to go backwards and forwards from the iron. Unless there's some iron over here. Oh, there is. Right, okay, we'll get the iron here first. May as well get the iron that's close by. So, escape. So go get the iron ore. I'm going to take it back to the base. I think you are anyway. So, yeah. You're my little iron miner. There we are. We've got an iron miner now. It is taking a little while for the research to happen, just because he's having to go so far with all of the bits of grain, I guess. Could put someone else on that. But we are kind of nearly there, so I'm kind of like, well, I don't need to. It's just because the grain's a bit far away. And it's good to have someone already working on the metal, because that's going to be the next thing we're going to research. So I'll just literally have a cart or a person just hauling the metal from the base down to the school, which should be fairly easy for them to do. This is a bit rough because we've got to keep changing direction as well. It's not a direct route. 18 out of 25. Let's have a look at the other buildings as well while we're looking at it. So we do also have a stonemason, for which we will need 40 stone. Oh, we are kind of low on stone actually. Maybe I should get another person doing stone working. We'll be able to do a pasture, which is apparently animal raising, I guess. There's a barn produced by houses and markets, and a kitchen. So I'm imagining that these are going to be ones we'll have to make very soon. I'm just waiting for the tutorial at the moment, and then once the tutorial runs out of stuff to tell me to do, I will start really going off on my own and trying to work things out on my own. But I like having the tutorial. It holds my hand for a bit, you know? So right, your job and your job are gonna be stone workers. Gonna be stone workers, yes you are. You go, off you pop. And they're going to just fill this up with stone because I really need some stone right now. Got loads of wagon wheels, I've got loads of wood, I've got loads of wooden beams. We're doing really well for all of that. We've even got quite a bit of iron ore, but we have no stone, and that's going to be needed later on. So I'm trying to apprehend all the things that might be required. Apprehend? No, I'm trying to predict, I think is a better word. Apprehend is to catch. I suppose catch, yeah. What would I need for a stonemason? I wouldn't need too much. Like, once we've got enough stone and we need more houses. Okay, I think I need to build another house. So we've got no housing capacity at all. Why don't we build 2? Then I may need another little area. I might need to build another little market and another little area for the houses. But for now, I'm happy with that. There's still room for one across there as well. And these can be upgraded as well. For 10 gold each. I have 400 gold. I think I can afford 10 gold. And in fact, why don't we just build that other house over there? So we've got kind of a full little village over here now. I have to kind of build it quickly. Oh man, these guys, I bet they're really like... Do you know what I could do? I could actually remove some of the trees and have houses back to back there as well. That would help. That would be worth removing the trees for. It will cost to remove the trees, but that would be worth it, I think. But yeah, these guys are jealous because their front gardens are smaller than these guys' front gardens now. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are getting a bit low on the old wooden beams around here, aren't we? Do you still have someone coming back and forward with them? That cart's a bit wasted at the moment because it's only got like literally one thing going back and forward in it. And the point of building a cart is that it hauls a lot of stuff. So I might need to think about that. I don't think carts are really quite needed at the moment because I don't have like, oh look, it's got 2 there, I suppose. But we're not hurting for flour at all. We're hurting for wooden beams. How many do we have in there? We've got like 92. You're supposed to be hauling wooden beams to the market, but you're not doing it. Why is that? It's interesting. Can't navigate. How odd. So please do not tell me that you have to be able to get round a certain part of the market or something. And I've built the house too close. That would be frustrating if I had. But the carts seem fine. So why is that worker struggling? Okay, worker, you're supposed to be going from here to the market. You can't do it. Why? Because they have to go around the side. Okay, I'm going to actually make a wagon to do this market run from that lumber mill. So I'm going to get you to cut trees or something, take them to the lumber mill. Please do something. Do you have an armful of stuff or something that you can't finish? I think that worker might need deleting. I'm going to delete that worker. That worker's gone. So it gives me space for another one. I think he got a bit bugged, possibly because I put a thing too close to the market. So I'm going to make another cart with a wagon. Yeah, wagons seem like quite happy to go in this part of the market. So as long as I have wagons supplying the market, we're good. So let's escape there. Choose the cart. Take logs to the market. Good job. Good job. So they will go around each other and stuff. I try to make the roads like too wide so that they can go around each other. They don't seem to care. They just off-road it. Off-roading carts. So that's working now. So hopefully that will allow my happiness to continue to go up. Because we had some houses that were struggling a little bit. Oh dear. That house there is not covered by the market. That is a issue. Actually enough of an issue to delete the house. And start building houses behind instead. We have enough space for 28 workers, so that's fine. I will just start like behind here, across here. Things like that with houses from in the future. I wish I could see the overall, like I can see where the market is supplying, but I can't see its overall like area of effect. I mean, I imagine it's sort of at least this far away, maybe not quite that far away. It must be a circle, probably like that. So we probably have houses all along here in rows. Get rid of all these trees. There's trees. There's trees all over the place. We don't need them. We just need space. So, for example, I could go to terrain and I can go to remove resource. 20. I can get rid of that tree. It costs me money. Each tree I remove costs me a little bit of money. So I just remove like a little line of trees. And then I'd have more space for houses around my market. Okay, how are we doing for research now? Like, let's have a look, because I've been looking at everything else. We are nearly there. We are nearly there. But I've been having a good time looking at everything else, and I'm quite happy with it. But we're going to need to do a little bit of fiddling with the terrain to get these houses in behind here. So, remove a few more of them. I need to keep an eye on my money, though, when I'm doing this, because I don't want my money to all run out. That would suck. And I'm happy just to have a little footpath behind here, because the houses don't need to be accessed by carts or anything, so they can just be little sort of houses behind. So, for example, put a little house in here. You can see that that's going to be supplied by the market. It's like boom, boom, boom. And even, no, I won't put one in behind the market. And I can put a little footpath down, so that people can get to their houses. There you go. And you can even put a little footpath around there, so they can easily get to work. Lovely. Lovely little town. Look, we've got plenty of worker space now, so I'm not going to worry too much about expanding the town anymore for a while. But it was good to do that while we were waiting for the research, which is... Why is it not working? Why is no one doing any research? I need to look into this. Did we run out of paper? Got grain, but no writing supplies. What's wrong with the paper? Why is the paper not being made? Apparently there's loads of paper. Oh, I see. Right. I forgot to tell the dude to, like, get the paper. Dude, get the paper. Dude. The paper. Bring it over here. Oh, apparently you can go to the market with your grain. Oh dear, I don't know. Okay, so I think we're going to finish with the research. I want the research finished by the end of the lesson. So that is the end of the tutorial. We have finished the tutorial and we are now on our own. Okay, so keep completing research, building houses, automating your production, and see if you can bring your village to the final enlightened state. More information is always available from the guide. Press F1 to open help and end the tutorial. So help while building a worker, selected, we'll jump to that entry. Okay. F1 is the help menu. It tells me all about everything. Mana receivers, blah, 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 blah. Buildings a farm. Produces grain, enhanced by nearby farm tiles. Oh, interesting. House, we know about that. Lumber mill. Rail depot. Rail transfers. You can have railways in this. Oh my goodness. Mana transmitter, mana receiver, forge, iron ore into more valuable things. So there is a lot for us to explore. Wow. Tiles. One-way conveyor belts and things like that. Fences. Agent trigger. Read data from agents can be set to evaluate continuously or when the agent enters the block. Oh, right. So that's almost like a pressure plate or something. So I guess you can do some really, really in-depth things, like almost computer-y, style-y things, you know, logic things. I'm not very good at logic things, I'll admit it. So if I do anything to do with logic, then you know I've looked it up before I started. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. I'm very pleased to have finished this tutorial. I actually think the layout of this is looking reasonable. So I'm quite happy with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And if you did, please leave me a like below. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe and I will let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime though, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.